I gotta go up to city and start.
I just bought mine. I use it as a kindling.
I don't know what he's got.
It's not. It's only in November. It's only in the fall. Anything that's like the hazardous stuff is just fall. We had a wedding that day, so
He should have said that was only for the Chisholm residents.
yes. Yes,
He
it's okay.
definitely should.
He would, and he wouldn't even let me do it, so he didn't want me to, but he. He just want, he didn't want nobody to talk.
Yeah.
He just rattled it right off. And he didn't even have the right date. He was like, what date? I'm like, if you had let me set it, I could have done it. It's okay. 2 more meetings, and I'm not going to the main one. I don't care what he says. I'm out.
Same size as that they're putting up the road, isn't it?
I don't know what size of it is.
I think
I think it's 8 inch.
she's done.
Yeah, where did it come from?
Maybe.
Well, they're tying in that pool in the 205.
Yeah. Okay, take a look at that 205. Is. They're on gas, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Yep. I got natural gas in mine. I got natural gas in mine.
Yeah. You do?
Yep.
He always wears a hat.
It's all high.
He's sitting in the house with one. So I got mine turned on.
It has happened, Daddy.
Yeah, I don't know, there's
Do they bore that road and they push that line through the house? It doesn't look like they're actually digging a trench, they're boring.
yeah, they bore a lot of it. They bore a lot of that, and the way they can, to state highway, they have that, do a different boring, but that's still in place, and that's still in place.
Push a pipe that big through the ground. I get some. They're doing it.
What we wrong for that sewer?
I shredded all my pants and stuff. Took it to where I shredded it.
I got rid of my old adjustments from like,
Yeah, that's a
I think I had the last 3.
I shredded it all. I'm like, I don't need any
I
of this.
told Adrienne that the stuff that's in the firehouse is in paper boxes or whatever they are. They need to be in plastic somehow. Is that what was being collected? Yeah, because I'm telling you, those mice will go through it and ruin everything that's in there. And if somebody doesn't, I've already told them that they don't listen. I'm just saying, if they don't, yeah. I'm just saying, if something doesn't get taken care of, yeah, well, we need to hire a maximum kid to do it.
Exactly.
This summer.
That's exactly it. And just get done with it.
Call it an internship.
Yep.
And just shred it, scan, shred. And then just say it's.
Of course, I'm full of these good ideas if I want.
I know, exactly. Well, but the thing is we don't have anybody, barely.
Common call meeting of RCH Water Supply Corporation, called to order. It's 2:03 p.m. on March 29th, 2023. And at this time, I'll ask for the reading of the minutes. Don't have any. Okay, we'll read the minutes at the next
No,
meeting.
this is the annual.
The annual meeting
From
minutes.
last year's minutes.
Okay, read it. Yeah, read it. Thank you. No. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, me?
Yeah, be fine.
Sorry. RCH Water Supply Corporation met for its annual meeting on April 1st, 2022. Members present were Lowell English, Gary Lovell, Steve Hatfield, Warren Hodges, and Jackie Pullen. Dwight Lindop and Robin Baley were also present. The minutes were read with a motion by Lowell English, seconded by Steve Hatfield. Motion passed. The election was unopposed. No ballots were counted. The financial statement was provided with a motion by Lowell English, seconded by Warren Hodges. Motion passed. Dwight Lindop provided updates on the maintenance that is being completed on RCH Water Supply Corporation. The meeting was then adjourned by Lowell English, seconded by Warren Hodges. Meeting adjourned.
If there are no deletions or corrections to the minutes from last year's annual meeting, do I hear a motion to accept them?
Can I make the motion?
Hear a second?
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to accept the minutes from a year ago, annual meeting. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, motion carries. Okay, at this time, we will open the ballot results from the election. It came, let's see, Minnesota, it was done up in Minnesota. And it said, "Dear Mr. Pullen, as election contractor, we are pleased to provide you with official tabulation for the 23 election from ballots qualified in accordance with the election specifications as approved by RCH Water. The following reports were tabulated from ballots received on or before March 27, 2023. Certified results account for 459 ballots cast from 2,655 eligible members, yielding a participation of 17.29. We greatly appreciate the opportunity to serve the RCH Water Supply with election services and wish you great success in the coming years. If you have any questions or towards enclosed information, please do not hesitate to call me, Melissa Fela, Quality Assurance Specialist." Like I said, there was 2,655 eligible voters. Total returns for 459 is 17.29%. Okay, I hereby cast one vote for the following member for the election board of the RCH Board of Directors. Vote for one. Okay. Okay, David Naylor received 266 votes, Laura Limberg 110, and Steve Hatfield 74. So total valid ballots for 457 were unexercised, total invalid 2, and the total ballots came to be 459. Okay, Steve, would you give us our financial report?
Well, we don't. We've got money in, got 5 accounts, 2 investment accounts, 3 operating accounts. Balance in the 3 operating accounts at February the 28th, after bills were paid for February, so this is the end of February, 3 operating accounts was $517,289. In our investment accounts, we had 2 investment accounts, one being $6,098,120, the other one being $1 million and $1,026,000. That's our balances. So we'll do this, $1,026,000. $7,641,409 cash on hand. And that's what bills paid in February.
Thank you, Steve. Okay, got our maintenance update. Dwight?
We go for, do you wanna do the year summary, or you wanna do just what we did last month?
Let's do a year summary. Did you get it broke out that way, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Next week. Year summary, meter sold, we've sold 20 in the county, the city 134, for a total of 154. In this 154, most of the meters were sold in Sonoma Verde at 111. Our usage daily minimum was December 9th, 2022 at 419,000 gallons. The maximum was July 8th of 2022 at 2,934,000 gallons. I got a breakdown of the annual usage we have since 2017. You kind of look up, started out at 269,285 in 2017. It's gone to, last year was 390,404,000. It kind of gives you a breakdown of how many meters we sold the last previous 5 years, 6 years. When you take the water purchase minus the water we sold, and it's not the meters we sold, the amount of water we sold to the customers, but also the fire hydrant meters you have to take into account. So when you add all that together, and you minus the purchase, we had 3% loss for the year. Keep going? Keep going?
Yeah.
So 2023 so far this year, we've sold 18 meters. 1 in the county, 17 within the city limits, 16 of those in Sonoma Verde. We had the tanks inspected on March 1st of 23. You can kind of look at the pictures that I furnished you there. The very first picture, I got circle in it. Got a circle there by hatch. I'm going to show you that it's skewed just a little bit, and that's the amount that the bolts have rusted off the hatch. You go to the next picture, it shows you what it looked like when you open the hatch. And you go to the next picture, it shows where we detail some of it and I kind of cleaned it up and refurbished it a little bit. The fourth picture, you'll show where we reinstalled the hatch to the mounting brackets that's on the tower itself. You can see the new bolts sticking up there where they've been put down. We put new silicone sealant around this area, put that down, mashed it down with the bolts, and tightened it down to make a water shield sealant. Water shield where water can get in there and everything else. In the last picture you can see just a picture of the bolts that we installed. Last year they inspected the tanks, they said somewhere around the neighborhood of 1/2 inch sediment in the bottom areas. It went all over the bottom, but it's just kind of where the water dumps off into the tank where the sediment was. This year they said there was only 1/4 inch to 1/8 inch to 1/4 inch. So don't know where the rest of it went, but when you're looking 25 feet down in the water, it's really kind of hard to tell exactly how deep it is. It could be just a fine dusting of it, and they're saying it's this. The bids on it to clean the tanks, which is up to y'all. I'm not particularly recommending it because I think it doesn't need to be done, since you can still see the bottom of the tanks in areas. But the total price was $10,191 to clean the bottom of it. And that's purpose is up to y'all.
The hell of a Tim, you know, you remember?
I think that little scribble man with a pack on him and putting down a spray chlorine all over it, bleach. Get him disinfected, he just right off in there.
That's in down now.
Sends him down in there and he takes a little vacuum hose with him, sucks it off the bottom, out the top, and down the ground. So, but, you know, strictly the cleaning part, the man was basically up to dog. You know, like I said, he said there was more last year than there was this year. So I think it's just a guess on his part, which he's telling me, he says he's the inspector, and he does also the cleaning. That he probably will recommend to clean.
He said to do the bottom with the name of that.
Right, yeah.
Did he have any, did he have any, comments on why it was less this year than it was last year?
I don't think they have a clue. They thought maybe pull last year's, you know, inspection and see what they wrote up last year.
Yeah.
But like I said, the settlement was last, and the only issue we had was with the elevated storage tower boats. And we got those straight.
All right, what, do you see any other, maintenance that, needs to be reported at this time?
RCH Water.
No, sir, not really.
All right.
Not maintenance wise.
All right. We appreciate, what all you and Robert do. And, we're not gonna conduct any business at this meeting. We will do that a week from today at our, regular board meeting, that's when we will reorganize the board and make a decision on cleaning of the tank and going over some more issues. Does anyone else have any comments?
I just have a question.
Wait, sorry. The other, if I could see a copy of the results, the results for the election.
The what?
The election results.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry.
that's not me.
Is David Naylor, is he here today? Okay. Congratulations, David.
Thank you.
You bet. We meet next Wednesday at 2 o'clock right here.
Okay.
I have a question. Bylaws say that at this meeting, a report that's prepared by a person that audits it shall be submitted to members at the annual meeting. I heard you call off numbers and I couldn't hear all of it, tried to write it down, but I'm wondering where the report of that financial is. It's supposed to be provided at this meeting.
The, the financial audit is supposed to be provided to the members. That's what she was asking about.
We don't have an audit.
Okay.
We don't have an audit commission yet.
Why not? Yeah, the bylaws are pretty clear.
We just have.
Well, we have contacted, Mike Taylor's office up in Greenville, and they're preparing to do an audit.
They're just behind.
So can you at least provide copies of what you have there until we get the audited report?
We could probably have that ready before you leave here tonight.
Okay.
Well, I can write out some of this.
I can go type.
Okay. Yeah, Rob, you can type that up, maybe just.
And I have one other question, someone else asked one. The 3% water loss, is that what you see every year? Is it consistent every month? Is it an indication that there was some break in the line or?
It's not that every month, because the fire hydrant meters we send out and they use water, we don't do anything until the end of the year. And we add them all together. So yeah, there's sometimes months that you'll have 10% loss, but it doesn't figure in the fire hydrant meters that are out using. It's been pretty reasonably that close every year for the last 4 or 5 years. You want to pull it up and see, but it's pretty close. But like I said, every month it's going to be a little different, because you read the meter, the master meter, and it takes you 2 or 3 days to read the meter or read the meters, then it's going to be a little off. There's no way that I can take 2.5 days and read the meters and read exactly the master meter, so there's always gonna be some variance, you know. But like I said, it always comes out at the end of the year when I total up what we sold to the customers, add what we sold to the construction meters, it's on the fire hydrant, you add those two together and you subtract what we purchased, then that's where I come up with a 30% loss. But it's never gonna be zero.
Yeah, no,
I guarantee it never is. I've been here since '88 and it ain't never been zero.
I have one other question on the inspection. Is this inspector that's done this inspection for multiple years, or was this another person?
The tank inspections,
Yeah.
it's done every year.
But by the same company?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm just curious why the comment now, if it's been the same company we use, of you, and I'm gonna paraphrase your words, not quote you, that you think he's just maybe looking to get a job to clean it. Why would we use a company that we think has a conflict of interest if we've used them for multiple years? If we seem we have confidence in them that we keep using them, why now do we think that he's trying to get extra work out of his inspection?
Well, I don't think it's that we're confident in him, but he is state certified to do what he does. Now, the same inspector doesn't come out every year.
Okay.
It's always somebody different. So his eyes looking down there might be a little different than somebody that's a little older or a little younger.
Same company, not same person.
Same company, but it's not the same inspector. I don't think I've ever had the same one year in and year out. So it's just a visual deal down there. Now, if he showed me a picture that you couldn't see nothing in the bottom, I mean, all you could see is not the blue or green that the tank is painted, but you see something else, then yeah, it's probably pretty clever. But when you look down in there and it's only over where the water comes in, then you got, you know, you can see the bottom of the tank over here, so you're just looking at one little area there that's got sediment. And you can take, and like I said, it's not that we love him, it's just that he's state certified and he does it every year. And it's going to be like, you know, I see potatoes and he sees potatoes. You know, it's not, you know, if you don't use the same inspector every year, he's not going to see the same depth of your stuff in the bottom as the other guy sees. And it's only an estimate.
Yeah, and I guess when the water samples come back, we'll be able to have knowledge whether it's impacting the water quality.
You're talking about my monthly samples?
Yeah.
Oh, they're done every month, and we've come back good every month.
Okay, so even since this inspection, there's been ones that's really good? Since the inspection that found the sediment, you have monthly samples that show it's good?
Yes, ma'am, I got to take 6 monthly samples every month.
I just didn't know when the inspection was done compared to samples.
Well, it's done the 1st of March, and I've taken 6 samples out in the system since then, and taken them to North Texas for bacterial samples, which I've got to take every month.
Okay, not just the bacteria, I'm talking about the full screen.
The full what?
The full screen of samples beyond bacteria. Metals.
That's about all the state requires them to do, is take bacterial samples. And they'll tell you to come back either E. coli or coliform samples tested or
You
something.
never do sampling for metals or other
No, ma'am.
constituents.
Because when Texas does that, they send us out a review of what they did over the year, and it shows that the metal contents and everything, that's what you get in your annual consumer report. That's what you get in, you check on that stuff out.
That's only when it leaves North Texas? Not
Yeah.
when it leaves your meat, not when it leaves your tank, it's when it leaves North Texas.
Now, they do track, methanes, TDH and stuff like that. They do it on a quarterly deal. We've never been over it. So you're more than welcome to look at any of those deals that we come out. They check all sorts of stuff in there. If you got too much chlorine, too much ammonia or something, you know, it shows up on those methanes, you know. But as far as checking for iron, lead, we don't, because we don't have anything in the system that's lead. You know, we was way past that point when lead was the big deal, putting lead joints in and serving you. Now, some of your older homes, they're tested every now and then for lead and copper. I have one couple here that they do testing for me. Somebody else might be here, but they do. And we've never got a bad one back from that. Not anything over maximum contaminant level for EPA. Now, every now and then, the state will say, okay, you was a little high on their recommendation, and they'll make you sample again the next year. But this year, so far, we've sampled about 3 years in a row, and we don't have to sample this year. But other than, being the other stuff, no ma'am, we don't test for it other than what the state requires us to do every month, every quarterly. And I've been lucky enough, I'm doing some for the EPA now. So I take a sample of my pump station quarterly, and they done it like 6 years ago. Now we're doing it again.
And all of that data is on the website?
Kind of doubt if it's on the website. I've got it in my files and stuff. The lead copper samples, I only send it to the people that's in the program that do it. I take 20 customers, a year. They're the only ones that get the
Water
results.
supply system, not just an individual customer for.
Well, if I don't have problems with those individual customers, then I don't know. But, I can't say the water getting to your house is just as good as theirs, and what goes through the house to get to your whatever, then I can't go it unless you test it. You see what I'm talking about?
Oh, I understand that the water I drink is not the same water you drink.
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Well, no, it's not. It's a different molecule. It comes from the same place, but if something in my house contaminates it, it's not going to contaminate yours.
Well, possibility, yes. But I do drink the water that you
Backflow
serve.
preventers are required, aren't they?
Ma'am,
Aren't backflow preventers required?
in some cases there are, when you have RPZ, they're required for places that have any type of things that can backflow, like a soda fountain or a medical facility, or if you're talking about other devices, that's the sprinkler systems, the double check are okay in areas that you have sanitary sewer by the city. They did come back on us and talk to us about when we had problems a couple of years ago, but then they never did really send us a deal saying, hey, we're fixing to come down on you because these guys out here that's got on-site sanitation facilities should have a RPZ. So they didn't really come down on us, and we've had several inspections since then, and they haven't said anything else since about it. Then I'm not going to make you put an RPZ in when they're not coming down on the water company to make you go do it.
You just said or made the argument that these samples you do with 20 customers represents the entire water system. I would think that the board would want to assure their customers that the water is good and publish that information on the website so that we can see it.
Well, okay, I can't say anything about that. But I can tell you that a certain tier houses are the only ones that get tested. You have to be in a certain area, a certain year and time in order to get tested. And they love for you to be older homes before they took the lead out of the soil. Okay? So most of your new homes don't have that. Most of them got PEX. They don't even have solar at all.
Transparency would be great, something.
Okay? Will that be something, I can put it on the website for you. I don't particularly like, if John Doe does his sampling, I don't know if he wants it spread all over 2,600 people. I would think that's his personal business to know that
If
his
it's being
samples
done
are.
for RCH, it's RCH's business.
If what?
If the sample is being done for RCH, if RCH is paying for it, then it's part of the water system's business.
Okay. Well, I can put his sample, I can put his test on there, but it's not going to have his name on
Well, it doesn't need his name on it.
it. Yeah.
No.
Okay, well, how you know I'm just not going to throw it up in there? If it comes down to it, and I just send it out.
I think there's some ethical standards that should be the criteria for people who work here and on the board, so I leave that to the board to hold you accountable. That's their job.
Okay, well, like I said, we'll get it, we can get last year's samples put on there and send it out. Like I said, we had less copper, less lead. We didn't have anything that exceeded the limits. If they had, you would know about it. Because then I need to send you out letters stating the fact that you need to flush your line before you drink it, before you cook with it. You need to flush it out good before you do anything. Because the leads come out the first 2 seconds of the water. When you turn that tap on is when the lead's going to be there. The rest of the time it's not going to be there. What happens is when it sits there and it leaches chemicals out of your lead, out of your solder joints, that's what they're looking for.
I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Can I have a question first? The last meeting I attended was last year during the drought, and it appeared like we're running out of water and still issuing lots of new meters. This time we mentioned 154 meters and 18 meters, new meters. Now, is that slowing down and showing restraint, or are we just still going gangbusters? Can you comment on that, please?
No, I would say by this time last year, we probably done had 35 to 40 meters, so it's slowing down.
Slowing down.
It's slowing down. It's, your Sonoma party people, they're coming in buying 1 meter at a time. Usually time they come in and throw 10 on the disc. But now the one here, one there, we gotta sell this one, we're building another one. So yes, it is slowing down. Your water usage, in the summer, probably won't slow down. You know, I don't care if you have 200 meters or 2,000 meters, you know, that doesn't affect it. You're gonna have a lot of usage in the summertime, especially with driving.
So are they working on now, trying to figure out how we're gonna get through the summer without being shut down completely? I mean, are you looking at it now so that when we get in the middle of summer, we're not just shut down completely, to where they start?
We will
Rationing.
discuss that at our next board meeting.
Okay, that's all I was wondering.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
We will discuss that in
Okay.
more business then too.
Okay. I just want to make sure we're in the mindset of getting started, figuring it out before waiting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a motion on the floor. Do I hear us to adjourn? Do I hear a second? There's no other discussion. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? We're adjourned.
Just second.